Hey everybody, and welcome to the first 15. We are so thankful that you are spending the first 15 minutes of your day in prayer, and we are excited that we get to be a part of that with you. And as we get ready to start today's first 15, we just want you to take a moment and just be honest about where you're at this morning. And as you're walking through that honesty, just lay that out before God before we ever even get started today, and just tell God what's on your heart right now and kind of clear your mind so you can be receptive to what He has for you. Go ahead and take a moment and just do that. Well, now we'd like to go ahead and enter into a time of praise. We know this, that God is always faithful. 2 Timothy 2:13 tells us that if we are faithless, He remains faithful, for He cannot disown Himself. This means that even when we are unfaithful towards God, that He remains faithful towards us, and that His love towards us doesn't change and isn't contingent upon our behavior. So we'd like to go ahead and invite you to take a moment and maybe say this prayer. Say, God, I praise you because you are faithful. And go ahead and take an extra few moments and continue in prayer telling God what that means to you. And now we'd like to enter into a moment of thanksgiving. Psalm 7:17 says, I will give thanks to the Lord because of His righteousness, and I will sing the praises of the name of the Lord Most High. So we'd like to go and take a moment, and I want you to go ahead and think of two things from yesterday that you are thankful for, and give God thanks for those two things. And now we'd like to enter into a moment of asking. Philippians 4:6 says, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. We'd like to go ahead and take a few moments, and we just would like to invite you to lay down all the things that are worrying you right now. And we want you to ask God to pick those things up for you. Now, sometimes, I don't know about you, but when I'm going through my day, I get anxious about all the things that have to be done. And sometimes I'm so focused on what has to be done, I don't get anything done. And so this is a good time for us to think about the areas that we are tempted to try to control, and to ask God to be the one to take control of those areas. So go ahead and take a moment right now and just ask God to take control today. And finally, we'd like to go ahead and enter into a time of surrender. 1 John 5:3-4 says this. In fact, this is love for God, to keep His commands. And His commands are not burdensome, for everyone born of God overcomes the world. This is the victory that has overcome the world, even our faith. Maybe today, this would be your prayer. Lord, I want to keep your commands today. I want to show you love and follow what you say, because what you say is good for me. Amen. We're going to go ahead and close this part of our time together, but we'd like to invite you to keep praying. Maybe there are some other things that are on your heart this morning, and you just want to spend some extra time in the Lord with that. So we're going to invite you to keep doing that. Maybe some of the things that you want to pray about today are maybe some family, maybe your friends, our church, work, finances, maybe even yourself today. So go ahead and take some extra time to do that. But I just want to say thank you so much for joining us for the first 15, and we can't wait to see you tomorrow.